Kruleboyz are so close to being good. It's ridiculous. I'm really hoping that whatever we get this summer is going to be able to actually make us an army that is like fun to play and interesting to play. But before we get too deep, first I'd like to thank all my patrons, Baron of Dice, Wibarian, yeah. But the thing with Kruleboyz right now is that, so like in the index when our army first came out, we were good. I would have given us like a B+, A-, and that's kind of where you want to be in Age of Sigmar. You don't want to be super overpowered. You don't want to be super underpowered. You want to be an army that is good and consistent for the whole edition. And obviously we're not there yet, but I have a good feeling that we'll be able to get there in the short term, maybe within the next 6 months. Hopefully for this next GHB. When our army first came out, we had some rules that maybe some other players considered a little bit difficult to play against. Not difficult, I should say, like toxic or unfun to play against. Specifically being able to teleport units in the movement phase, in our opponent's movement phase. And like it's like fine. Like that's fair. I don't know why GW would write rules like this that they don't consider fun. Did they play the army and they're like, hey, you know what? Actually, this isn't good. We should rewrite these rules and come up with something better. And the Sludge Raker giving +1 damage on crit mortals, like it's true. It was really over the top in terms of how many mortal wounds you could put out. You know, like, so I can understand why they didn't want those changes, or why they didn't want that army to have those abilities. Fine. And also, to be honest, like I wasn't super keen on it because with the Sludge Raker either, because it was such a huge swing in power if you got Venom Encrusted Weapons and if you also got the Sludge Raker buff. And when the dice didn't go your way, it felt like you were going from an incredibly powerful, way over the top mortal wound blender to kind of something that was pretty meh. So, fine. So they nerfed us. Our book came out and we got nerfed into the sand. But since then, we got the they recently just changed our Scare Gob totem so that it affects all enemy and friendly within wholly within 18. So that was a nice little buff. We also got the sneaky sneaking ability. It was placed into the movement or into the hero phase, and that meant that we couldn't do Venom Encrusted Weapons and sneaky sneaking, that we had to do one or the other. And that when they did that felt really bad, but they have since moved it into our movement phase, so it's like we have a teleport in our movement phase again. So like that feels much better. And now you can do, like, you know, you can get a guaranteed Venom Encrusted Weapons into a 2-up sneaky sneaking roll if they're wholly within 12/wholly within 18 of the Scare Gob totem. Our manifestations are really good, like being able, like this, the Foot of Gork, being able to take away a charge die. That's exactly the kind of things that we want to have in Kruleboyz. The plus to cast is great. I love consistency. If we're gonna cast like Choking Mist, or if we're gonna cast, I can't remember, the one that takes away the the one that takes away the attacks, right? One die. It's really good. Like I feel like we're really close to getting to being an army that's good and playable and fun. Gobsprak needs to come down in points quite a bit, right? Because he's still overcosted, but I think Gobsprak is a good Warscroll. I just think you need to find the right points for him, right? He's really fast, and he is at 2 cast, right? And he has a good Warscroll spell, like to take down monsters and stuff. Like being able to position Gobsprak into like a really devastating spell is definitely on the table, and especially with manifestations, right? Like Gobsprak moving up and casting like some endless spells is very good and strong. He just needs to come down in points. It was the same in last edition. He was overcosted, and then they found a good points cost for him. And then after that, I was playing him for the rest of that edition. Primal Dice also had a big impact on that too, right? But let's be real here, right? So, I mean, this summer we're going to hopefully get maybe some new, like a redone Warscroll, maybe some new enhancements. But I feel like our enhancements are actually pretty good. Like the Swamp Staff is good. Slippery Scumbag is good, right? Like, so I don't really have any complaints about that. Slippery Scumbag on a kill boss on Vultcha is really good. And I like the kill boss on Vultcha. We've seen him in some top lists with Kragnos, of course, right? But still, like, I liked it. I thought it was a good Warscroll. I was enjoying playing it before our book came out. Oh, sad. Oh, hurts my, just thinking about it hurts my guts. So I'm just saying, Kruleboyz players, you know, like, I think that the time of Mork is approaching. I think that if you're hobbying up Kruleboyz right now, I think it's okay if you put some pride into your work, because I have a feeling that we'll be able to actually do some decent stuff here pretty soon, just around the corner. So hang in there, boys. I think we're almost there. I have faith. The real question is going to be, what Warscroll do we get redone? I made a video about this, and I said that it should definitely be the Hobgrot Sletas, because, you know, like, whatever, they're... And since then, people have made some arguments to me that what it should really be is the Sludge Raker, and I tend to agree. If we look at the Warscrolls in our book, the... You know, Gut Rippers are fine. I think that, like, and I don't mean their points cost, I mean the Warscrolls, right? Gut Rippers are fine, Bolt Boys are fine, Killbow is fine. The Hobgrots, if they come down in points a little bit, they can just be a cheap unit that's like 70 points maybe, and they'll be able just to get in the way and clog up the board. So I think that they could find... It's okay if their points come down to a point where you're just like going to play them because they're so cheap, because that's kind of their role. It's not like if Gut Rippers came down by 30-40 points and then all of a sudden we're just spamming Gut Rippers because it's a lot of wounds on the table for cheap. That's not what Hobgrots are, right? It's okay if they're just a cheap throwaway unit, so you don't have to rewrite their Warscroll. You just got to bring them down to points another 10 or 20 and that'll be fine. Also, this edition, the way that we're list building, I don't think that other heroes are going to do it. Like, people were saying that they want to see the Nash 2 free done, but unless he becomes incredibly powerful, you're still not going to be playing him, just because of the way that list building works in this edition, right? It's like, so people are like, it's got to be the Sludge Raker, and I tend to agree. I really hope that that's what they've chosen, because of course these Warscrolls have already been written, right? This is all done, of course, by now. Like, we're coming into the summer, so they don't do these things last minute, right? They make these decisions well in advance. So I'm hoping that it is the Sludge Raker, because then I think that, you know, essentially in these lists that are playing out 50% Kruleboyz, 50% Kragnos, and Iron Jaws via the Regiment of Renown, I think that if the Sludge Raker was redone and we had another solid centerpiece, and if Gobsprat came down in points, I think that Kruleboyz could be back into that like B plus, A minus position, which again is where we definitely want to be. Right now I'm maining Iron Jaws because I love Mighty Destroyers. It's such a fun rule, but I would happy just to come back and play Kruleboyz, because of course Kruleboyz has been my passion since I started playing this game. So let me know what you think. Join the Discord. Like, subscribe. Wow.